Welcome everyone. I'm Teri Jenkins and I'm going to talk with you and give you some insight to the sensorial area of the classroom. Children interact with their world through their senses. They will look, touch, listen, taste, pick up, manipulate, and smell almost everything that comes into their grasp. They learn about their environment by using their senses. The senses are most acute between the ages of 2 and 5. Preschool children acquire about 50% of their knowledge through using their senses. The Montessori sensorial materials help to focus the child's attention on the physical world, exploring with the senses to see and know the subtle differences of objects. In the sensorial area, as in all areas of the Montessori classroom, there is a lot of hand-to-brain learning, and that is done through manipulation of the hand exploring, and then with the hand exploring, it communicates that to the brain, and together it forms a mental connection. Okay, the first area of the classroom that I'm going to talk about is discrimination of size. And there is the pink tower, the brown or broad stair, and the red rods. I'm going to start with the pink tower, and this isolates small and big. The largest cube of the pink tower measures 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. The smallest cube measures 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, with each cube decreasing in size by 1 centimeter from the succeeding cube. This is a wonderful activity just for them to explore, as all of these are. And they love the fact that it's pink. We talk a lot about that when we talk a lot about the sizes and the weight of the various cubes as well. The next one is the brown stair or the broad stair, and it allows the children to work with differences of size and weight, as well as thick and thin. The brown stair is made up of 10 rectangular wooden prisms with square end bases that correspond to the pink tower cubes. It isolates the concept of thick and thin, and these two materials give strong impressions of the differences in size and weight. The next one is the red rods, and this is visual discrimination of long and short. There are 10 squared rods aligned on one side to form an elongated stair, varying in length only. The child identifies incremental changes of length. This helps them to develop their ability to correctly order a series, which is a really good math skill to have. And over to the right, there are extensions that can be done with all of these activities. And the great thing about all of these activities, whether they are using them individually or combining them to do extensions, is the amount of large motor activity that they're doing, carrying them back and forth. It's a lot of trips, and they're experiencing different sizes, different weights, which is great for them to do. The fun thing about the extensions is that they can do them alone, they can do them with a friend, or they can do them with a teacher, kind of whatever they choose to do. And they're so much fun. They get to combine them and use their creativity to come up with whatever they like. And it's just a lot of fun to see what they come up with. We also have cards where they can duplicate them by using the actual materials. And it's always fun to watch them visually try to figure those out too, and to display, in real life what is on the card. So that's a great thing too. These activities are just so much fun, and the kids enjoy them very much. They use them all the time. They're constantly in use in the classrooms. The knobbed and knobless cylinders. And the knob cylinders have been out since school started. They're one of the ones that are very self-correcting. The kids automatically know how to use them, and they're great. They have a lot of fun with them, and everyone likes them. It doesn't matter what their age is. And it's a set of 4 blocks, each containing a set of 10 graduated wooden cylinders. One set varies in height, one in width and breadth, and one increases in diameter while decreasing in height, and the fourth increases in height and diameter. The holes in which the cylinders fit provide a mechanical control of error. The knobs on the cylinders provide practice for the pincer grip used in writing. And that is the use of these three fingers, which, there again, we show this activity and it takes them right into preparing their fingers for handwriting, which is great. And there's a lot of other activities throughout the classroom that also implement that skill of that pincer grasp. Over to the right, the knobless cylinders, the knobless cylinders are a set of 4, and they come in boxes that have that are color-coded. So the knobless cylinders, depending on what color they are, the lid is the same color. So they all go together in separate boxes. The kids love these as well, and it's fun to work with the different colors. That's what makes this really fun to do with the knob cylinders. And as you can see, they fit together exactly. So it's the same sets. The difference is, of course, there's no knobs, and they are colored cylinders instead. And we do a lot of really fun things with these too. They can also be combined with the pink tower and the brown stair and the red rods too. So there's a lot of different creativity going on, as I said earlier. The next slide is discrimination of color, and there is color box 2 and color box 3. Color box 2 is on the left, and it is pairs of colors. I believe there are 11 pairs altogether. And what we do when we present this to the children is we hold them by the white edges. They're white or wood tone, depending on how old the set is, so that they're not getting their fingerprints on the color, and it allows them to see the color very well by holding them by the edges. We lay the first set, we place them side by side horizontally across our mat, and then the second set we lay randomly at the bottom closer to where we're sitting, and then we begin matching one color tablet at a time until they're all matched. And then we talk about the colors, and we will look around the room and look for things in the classroom that are those same colors, or we'll look at our clothes, maybe things that might be at home that they can think of that are colors. And then a little bit later on, we can add objects to that so that they can match the objects to the color tablets. In the center of the slide, there is color box 3, and color box 3 is shading. It goes from darkest to lightest. There are a set of 6 color tablets in each section. So they are when we start to present this work, we only put 3 of each in each section so that they're able to distinguish the darkest, the middle shade, and the lightest shade of those colors. And after they have worked with those for a while, and we feel that they're ready, we will add the others and do them all. You can see over to the right and at the bottom, there are some variations that we can use color box 3 with, and they're really fun. One of my favorite things to do is to take the birthday wooden sun that we put out for our birthday celebrations and put it in the center, and then use the color box tablets to make the sun rays. It looks really pretty, and the kids love it. And actually, the one at the bottom is one that I want to try this year. I had just seen this for the first time and thought it just looked great to me. So I'm sure that the kids will like it. And then, of course, they're allowed to explore as they like and use their creativity once again to come up with things that they like, that they think look beautiful and are aesthetically pleasing to them. The next slide is the discrimination of shape. There are the geometric solids, the geometric cabinet, and the constructive triangle boxes. The geometric solids, when we put those out, we start with the most familiar shapes or solids to the child, and that would be the sphere, the cube, the cone, and the cylinder. Those are shapes that they have seen at home. They have balls and cans of food. They always think of the ice cream cone when we talk about the cone boxes. There's just all kinds of different things that they can think of that are those shapes. So those are the ones that we start with. And then we will add the others as they have experience and have spent time with those 4 in the beginning. Something that's fun to do with the children in the classroom, and they all love it, and the teachers love to do it with them, is we play the What's Missing game. And what we do is we would start with the sphere, cone, the cube, and the cylinder, and we would lay them in the center of our mat, and a child or teacher and another child would sit on the other side, and one of us would close our eyes, and then the one that had their eyes open would take one of the shapes, put it behind their back, and say, "What's missing?" And then that person would open their eyes, and they would have to determine which geometric solid was missing. And that person that had it would bring it out and show it to them. So that's something that's really fun. And the more that we have out, of course, the more difficult it is, which makes it even more fun. And sometimes, we can take 2 and 3 away, and it really makes them think about, what is missing as far as the solids go. The geometric cabinet, which is in the center, is a tactile experience of geometric shapes. It's a wooden cabinet containing 6 drawers of geometric shapes cut out of wooden squares, and the squares are the yellow. Each shape has a small knob for holding and a cutout frame of the same shape that it sits in. And there again, because it has that knob, the children are going to be using their pincer grip, which again is used for pencils, holding a pencil and markers and whatnot. The child holds the shape by the knob and then traces the shape with 2 fingers on the other hand, creating a tactile memory of the shape. And with the geometric cabinet, each drawer has its own set of cards. The first set of 6 cards is it's solid. The shape is blue and it has a white background. The shape is all solid, and they match each shape in the drawer to that card, those cards. And the middle set of cards has a thick line, which refines the skill and makes it a little bit more abstract. And they match all of those cards. And then the last set of cards has a very thin line, which is the most abstract. So they really have to have good visual discrimination to be able to do that, which is important for learning how to read. Over to the right, we have the constructive triangles. There are 5 sets of those. We always start the school year with the large triangle box, which is it's on the upper right-hand corner, and it is a set of all different triangles that when they are put together, they make an equilateral triangle. You can see the black lines on the pieces of those, and when we show these to the children, we use our 2 fingers and we trace those black lines on each piece, and then we slide them together so that they can see how it comes into form depending on which box we're using. And in addition to the visual senses, there are the tactile boxes, which is touch. There's the sound cylinders, which is auditory for listening. And there's the smelling bottles, which are olfactory, which is smelling. The touch tablets introduce the child to the concept of rough and smooth. There are sets of graded sandpaper that are rectangular, that are matched and graded by touch. And there again, we use the 2 fingers, and we go from the top to the bottom so that they're feeling the different gradation of the sandpaper, and then they match them. And it's a lot of fun. It's also fun to have them close their eyes. And once they've worked with them for a while, and set one set out, and then put the other set randomly, and have them, do their fingers on the one on the left, and then try to find the matching set for the right. That's a lot of fun too, and that really is a lot of refinement because you're not seeing, you're only using your sense of touch to do that. Next, we have the sound cylinders, and this distinguishes differences in sounds, and they match the sound pairs, or they can grade them from softest to the loudest. And these are great. I love these, and we have so much fun with these as well. You can tell that they're color-coded, and all the ones with the blue lids go together in the box, and then the lid that sits on top of the box is blue. It's the same with the red. When we introduce these to the kids, we take all of the blue ones out and set them from top to bottom over to the left, And then we take the red set out, and we leave a space between the two so that they can pair them up when they match them and put them in the center. And once they do that, then if they want to, they can grade them from the loudest to the softest. And as we're matching them, we will take one of the blue and then pick up one of the red, and we shake them together to see if they match. And if they don't, we put the red one back, keep the same blue one until we find its match, and then proceed down the rows accordingly. Lastly, we have the smelling bottles, and the children, of course, use their sense of smell to distinguish the differences in smells, and it adds to their vocabulary words like sweet, strong, soft, etc. There again, these are a lot of fun too, and they're done very much the same way as the touch tablets and the sound cylinders are. We set them apart, and they will take the lid off, and then they have to match the smells and put them together in the center. And once they've worked with these for a while and the smells are very familiar to them, we will add new smells. And usually what we do is we'll put, just say vanilla, we'll put it on a cotton ball and then put the cotton ball down in there. And it's nice because these jars, you can't see through them, because sometimes certain things that we use for the smells, they have color, so they can't see the colors or anything. So this was just a little bit about the sensorial area of the classroom. There are a lot more things that we have and that we do with the kids. And all of the things that I've talked with you about, we continually are making new things and putting new things out so that they are getting a lot of repetition to build on each of these skills every time that they use them. And as I said earlier, these are used every day, all day, by children that are 2.5, and the 6-year-olds love them just as much. So it's good for everyone. It's great. And it's always fun to work in this area with your children. We enjoy it very much. So I want to thank all of you so much, and I hope you have a great evening or a great day, whatever time you're watching this, and I hope all of you take care. Thank you so much. Bye.